volume that I blacklisted that particular zone that they used as well.
Tell them about Facebook.
Oh, Facebook, that's a good one. Facebook has a chat feature. Now they have this web chat thing. You can instant message your friends. And the neat thing about Ajax is that the web browser developers have decided to implement a limit on the number of persistent connections you can make. And to get around this, web developers have discovered that you can use a wildcard CNAME record and use different names for your server. So someone at Facebook decided to use this in order to make multiple connections, because you could have, you know, tons of Facebook profiles open in your same browser session. You need to chat with all of your multiple identities. And the fellow who wrote the code that generates the new name to use decided to use a 10-digit random number. So we ended up with, I think, around 5 megabits continuously of these Facebook records that were being looked up. They were totally useless, and they had a 1-hour TTL. So I can't imagine what's happening to the recursives that are kicking out all of those records. So we blacklisted that. That's a huge proportion. Let's see. The other types of filtering that we do is we are not really interested in generically named pointers records. So your ADSL host 192 whatever bellsouth.net. Well, there's tons of that. So we use something called the enemies list to filter that. And there's a very nice fellow by the name of Stephen Champion who maintains approximately 50,000 regular expressions that we use to filter that data. And that accounts for about 50% once we do the very aggressive caching. What was your follow-up question?
You said you aged using a FICO, and I noticed there were no TTLs listed in your database. Do you just find TTL to be completely irrelevant as a unit?
TTL is not a very strong part of the uniqueness of an RSet, so we don't actually store that. In certain of our intermediate products, we do maintain the TTL, but we don't actually insert that into the database because it can cause a lot of copies of the RSet to occur. This fellow.
Does your forward lookup support Plot 8 records, and does your prefix lookup actually support V6?
The forward look. He asked if we had the ability to look up Quad A records in the forward interface and the ability to look up IPv6 prefixes in the reverse. We support, it's fully generic. We support all possible DNS types. It's just an integer, and the web interface has some cute little drop downs to select the most commonly used type. And the reverse search is done based on a byte prefix, so we can support IPv6 prefixes, IPv4 prefixes. We can start doing name prefixes and other generic data. I believe we're almost out of time. Do we have any? Okay, more questions? Yes. Yes. Sure. You can't search for regular expressions, but you can certainly search for exact matches or prefixes. Okay.
Questions about the sensor network? It's true that we can't name all of the parties who are giving us data, but on the other hand, some of you should be giving us data. This is all open source stuff, and you can see it's for a good cause, so take a look at our website, sie.isc.org, and find out if you should be running a sensor. Some very large ISPs are running sensors. Some universities are running sensors. I love it when we get a sensor that covers an underground dorm complex, because those people really will click on anything. But we always need more. I'm not going to miss this opportunity to do some outreach. If you have data, please share it. Not just recursive servers. If you have authority servers, we can take your queries. I don't care about your answers because those are predictable based on your zone content, but I'd love your query stream on authority servers. I'd love your query and response stream on your recursive servers. We're going to open up SIE to other data formats soon. We're going to be looking for NetFlow, DarkNet, who is, since we've got somebody from Aaron here. It's all kinds of stuff that should be shared in order that we can cross-correlate. Andrew Freed last year gave a talk about how he was able to use SIE data, the passive DNS, and our spam trap feed to do cross-correlation and find botnets. So if you have spam traps, or you might be willing to start up a spam trap, talk to us and we'll help you sort of extract all the interesting body URLs and format them in the format we need, and then we'll share them with the security community. So the answer is the sensor network is not public because people don't like to be thought of as targets. They don't want to paint targets on their back. But we won't tell anyone who you are if you're sending us data, so please send us data.
To add some concrete numbers. Oh, we're done. All right.